What's up, Summoners? King Blair here. Today, we're going to be talking about tips, information, and most important, expedition etiquette so you can learn what you should be doing as a host and what you should be doing as someone who is joining. So if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and in the Discord link. The most important, of course, always subscribe. We always want to keep the channel growing, so make sure you guys keep smashing that subscribe button. And the comments also, they're really helpful. Helps me keep motivated. But yes, make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep it growing. But alright, enough about myself. Let's actually jump into the video. So one of how the video will play out is first, I'm going to show you guys some spreadsheets. So of course, you know, I'm a spreadsheets guy. About general information about the hunt, the expedition. How much energy does it take? How long can you expect? How many times can you expect to do it? And also some tips that will lead into the later parts of the video, where we talk about what you should be doing as a host and what you should be doing as someone who joins. Now, I know there's no specifics on each of the bosses, but I know you're probably wondering, okay, I still want to know the specifics. So if you came here for specifics, I highly recommend you go to this site. Y'all, whoever did this website has done an amazing job. It's so freaking clean. I definitely need to join their Discord that they said, because they're doing a great job. So if you want actual specifics on each of the bosses to theorize some strategies, I highly suggest you go here. They also have really good guides on Arena Offense, Abyss, Wyvern, and all that good stuff. I highly recommend you come here. When I found it trying to make this video, I was like, wow, this is actually very thorough. So I wanted to show you guys so you guys have like a little bit more information. So, all right, without further ado, let's jump right into the general information. All right, time for some general information that will help you guys understand hunts a lot more in terms of contribution and things you need to know about. Now, I love Excel sheets. Y'all know this, and I know not everyone is a fan of them, but if you are a fan and you do want to see it more in depth, like the calculations I use, just let me know in the comments. I just never had anyone actually ask me for them. I have all of the ones that I've shown in any of my videos. So just ask me for them, and I'll make it a little bit cleaner and just share it with you. The other thing with this sheet is I'll try to make it as easy to follow as possible, but y'all need to stick around for it. I know Excel sheets, you feel like you're back in school, but it's very important information that will help you guys a lot in the game. So let me break it down for you so you guys can follow along a little bit better. So the expedition level is on the left in columns, and then in rows, and then going with that row is what you can expect out of it. So level 1, level 2, level 3, then the health of each boss. Now this is the part where we start getting to the important information. So you see there, polite damage contribution. So that's how much damage you should be doing at each of the stages. So this is with the assumption, and I'll talk more about this in depth in individuals' responsibilities, both the person making the expedition and then the person joining an expedition. But this is taking, no one should be using more than one entry. If you're using more than one entry, you are wasting energy, you are wasting resources, you are not giving the proper support, or you're being bamboozled. The person who invited you is bamboozling you. You need to get a better friend or something. Try to join a Discord to get better people that will actually not bamboozle you. So the biggest thing is when you enter, you should only be using one entry. No more, no less. Or if you're joining, you don't join. But for one entry. So this means if you're making you're entering a level 1 expedition, you need to do this much damage. If you're joining a level 2 expedition, you need to do at least that much damage. And then for 6 people joining, that will clear the boss. So everyone can save on energy. And yes, I know there's times where like there's almost no health. Just keep joining those. Like if you know the boss is about to die, or if you can finish it off, join. But if you're not giving this contribution, like ever, like consistently people are inviting you to level 2 expeditions and you're not providing this contribution, don't do it. It hurts the player who invited you. It hurts you because you might want to enter more and not feel like a dead weight. So just know these numbers, because that's the polite contribution. And we'll talk about it more, why that's important on the entering the raid. So if you want to just talk more about like the etiquette on that, I'll explain it more there. But now for some more stats. So y'all see the energy to enter each of the expedition, and then the points earned for each of these expedition points. So to get to 1600, so the reason I use 1600 first is because the only other reward is at 2000, and that's the gold transit stones. It's a very greedy thing to go for. It's not a big deal if you don't go for it. If you're very tight on energy, don't go for the 2000. I know it's tempting, but it's half of an ML summon for a lot of energy, and we'll see the conversion rate later on. But alright, so required runs to get to 1600, 40, 32, 27. But now the part that you actually care about is how much energy do those entries cost you. So it's 640 if you're only doing level 1 expeditions. But now you might be thinking, oh, look how much energy you can save. Y'all, that is only like, I should have done the math. It's like 64. Yeah, 64 energy. It's all the heartache of not, or feeling like dead weight, of like trying to do content you can't do, of trying to force your friends to try to do something worth that 64 energy. No, it's not. Don't stress. You know, level 1 expedition, I still do a lot of level 1 expeditions. I enjoy them because they're easy. I can auto them. I can give my contribution, have someone else get a little bit contribution. It's great. So it's like, I don't care about, like, I'm not saving that much energy for doing level 1 expeditions versus level 2. So it's not a big deal to level 1. That's the biggest thing I want you to take away from this. It's okay to do level 1. It's actually better if you have weak friends. Now, if you have strong friends and like a strong guild, you should be doing level 2 because you want to save your guild some energy. So we'll talk about that more in the individual expectations later on. But this is just by the numbers. Then it's the required to 2000. Now the energy is a little bit steeper here. So it's 800, 720, and 680. Almost no one can clear level 3, but if you have friends that can actually clear level 3 consistently, then yeah, by all means, invite them. But if you're not at that level, which a majority of the people watching this video, including myself, can't do that. So you need to be doing level 2 or level 1, according to the contribution that you know your friends consistently make. So it's only an 80 energy difference. Like, you guys know how they give you guys free energy? It's 100 energy. That's not even the difference here you're doing for the one expedition to get it to max. So it's like, why stress when you can just be autoing expeditions if you don't care about that 80 energy? So that's the big thing, and we're going to talk more on how you can actually save some energy in the tips section. As far as the total energy, this is if you did all the expeditions, it's going to be just everything added up, so like 240, things like that. Yes, it looks very, very intimidating, large numbers, so it ended up being an extra 240. Yeah, 240 for the total energy. So it's like 2 days of playing. So if someone's doing only level 2s, they're going to finish 2 days earlier than you if you're just looking at energy as per day thing, which is like not a big deal. You have 31 days. But yeah, the biggest reason I wanted to show you guys this is because it'll start making more sense because of this sheet, the things that we talk about the etiquette and some information for you guys when we actually get to the expedition section of this video. But yes, if you want to see a sheet, just let me know. But now let's go on to the etiquette and general information for each of the people doing it. So now we're taking a look at what you should be doing if you are hosting an expedition. Now, if you're the host, you have one job. You have one job, and it is to decide how strong are your friends. Because the biggest thing is, if you're hosting the expedition, you don't need to join at all. You don't need to join to get the rewards or do anything. And you are going to get 6 friends that want to do it. So that's the biggest thing that you need to know as a host. You don't have to actually do it. And I'll show you guys this. But the thing that you do need to know is know your crowd, know your friends, know your guild. So I know my guild is on the stronger side. They will love a level 2 expedition. If I put a level 1, they'll still do it. And one of my friends can solo it. But then they almost feel like they're not getting as much for their energy, right? Because we saw that there is some energy saving if you're doing level 2 versus level 1. So for me, since I'm the host, I'm going to do level 2 because I know my friends. Now I also have friends that are a little bit on the weaker side, and I see them do this a lot, and they'll put level 2 expeditions, and I'll have to like hard carry, which I'm not always able to do. So if you're a weaker player, if you're a starting player, please put level 1. Like, I'll still have you as a friend. I'll do your expeditions, but like, put it level 1. If you put level 2 and I'm like, you're always failing the expedition, I'm not gonna be doing it. But if you put level 1, oh, I can solo that for you. So if you're a weaker player, always put level 1. Don't force your friends to try to do a level 2, even if you have strong friends. It's just the polite thing to do. The other thing for level 2 is, if you do have weaker friends and you do want to be polite to them, then you can also do the level 1. Because again, we mentioned you're not entering when you're hosting. So I'm gonna host it. I'm gonna host a level 2. Now I'm gonna invite all my friends, because most of them I know are strong. I have like very few that are weak, and then most of the people can carry their weight, and then they can get in a couple points. And we'll talk about what they should be doing. So we're gonna invite everyone, and then we're gonna chill. We're just gonna let them join and do it for me. I'll get the rewards. And you might be thinking, how is this epic? Well, everyone's serving energy. So if everyone does this, and the expectation is that your friends will help you clear it, and they get rewards, and you get the rewards by doing nothing, you win, they win, everyone's happy, everyone wins. It's like best case scenario for like all of them. And I think that's great. Like, let me show you guys, because this one I posted this one just to show you guys. I posted one for my friends recently, and they cleared it in 6 minutes. I did put level 1 though, because I wanted it to make it easy enough for them to clear. So I wanted someone to be able to clear it fast, and I get rewards for doing nothing. So look at that. They all entered one time. They all did their minimum contribution, and we cleared the boss. Everyone saves energy. Everyone gets points. It's great. Look, you see my name in there? No, I didn't actually enter, but look, I get the same reward. The exact same reward. Yo, this is something that, like, when I figured this out, I was like, oh man, I've been wasting so much energy. Now, I know if you want to just be a genuinely good person, you could enter your own, but if everyone follows the expectation that your friends can clear it, then it's fine. Like, there's no big deal. Like, I guarantee y'all that my friends will be able to clear this. Now, it won't be like 6 minutes because it's not a level 1, but the people I invited, I know are strong. I know they're gonna be able to clear it pretty easily. And of course, if it's really struggling after 2 to 3 hours, then I'll actually hop in. So that's the last part. If after 2 to 3 hours it's still not cleared and it's a little bit more, then you need to be able to put the last leg in it. So that's the big one. But again, this makes everyone be able to farm their hunts and farm their friends' expeditions. And that's the requirements for the person hosting. Know your audience, know how strong they are, and you should only force them to enter once. If you're forcing your friends to enter more than once to be able to clear with you, that's just being rude to them. So just know that, and then of course, check back after like an hour to 2 hours. Check back if your friends are actually doing it, because if they do it and they can't clear it, or no one's entering, then you do need to put a little bit on legwork. So just know that. But overall, the expectations of the person hosting, they don't have to join. They just have to post it and let their friends clear it. If you want to be the politest and you don't know your friend's level, always just host level 1s like I did. With this one, I hosted a level 1 because I know everyone can clear it. I don't have to worry about feeling guilty for not helping them out. So if you want to take away that guilt factor, just do an expedition level 1. All right, now let's move on to the person joining an expedition. Now let's talk about the expectations of someone joining someone else's raid. So let's say my friend Johnny here wanted to host a Brutal Ferris level 2 and he asked me to join. Now level 2 will need more than one person to be able to clear. Why? Because as someone entering, you have 2 expectations. Expectation number 1, you're only going to use one entry. I am telling you right now, all those sheets, all those things that I showed you, you only are entering once. Because if you enter more than once, you shouldn't have entered the level 2 expedition. Because at that point, you should just enter the level 1 and you'll way easier be able to clear it. And then you don't waste as much energy. You don't get the same return if you enter more than once. So you have the expectation that you're entering once, but that does mean you have to do a certain amount of damage. So there's 6 slots for someone to join an expedition. Assuming everyone only uses one entry and pulls their weight equally, you have a polite contribution that you need to do to be able to clear that expedition with 6 people. That is going to be 2,666 for me. Now, I personally can't clear Brutal Ferris. I can't. That's just one of my limitations. I don't have someone that can abuse the boss. So my friend Carl, who invited me, the polite thing to do would be to not join his expedition until someone else has cleared or is super close to being cleared, and then at that point it's like going to be cleared, then I can enter. But you shouldn't be the first, like one of the first people to attack if you can't hit that polite contribution. You don't want to be taking up that slot. Now, on the other hand, we just talked about who the person hosting, what he has to do. So it's if you don't enter because you can clear it and then the expedition doesn't get clear because no one enters, that's on Carl for not knowing his audience. He should have hosted a level 1. He should have hosted a level 1 that everyone could come in and easily clear. So that's the big thing. The 2 expectations you need to know. You need to be able to only use one entry, and you need to be able to hit this polite contribution for you to be a polite member of the expedition society. So yes, I know it's frustrating because I see it all the time. People use more than one entry because they're trying to get to this polite. Y'all, you just need to find friends that are around your same skill level who'll invite you to level 1s. Because level 2s, yeah, you might have really strong friends that host a lot of level 2s, or mid-level friends who have strong friends who sometimes get to clear it, but then they might not be able to if you don't do the polite contribution. But that's all for you entering. Not a lot, not super complicated, just one entry and be able to hit the polite contribution. That's all we had for today. I hope y'all got some genuinely good tips from this and y'all are more ethical and know what you guys need to do at each level. If you like, again, subscribe. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I always love doing analysis. I know it wasn't a full-on guide, but I hope it overall just helped you understand Expedition better and know what to expect from everyone else. So with that, I will see y'all next time. Peace.